And then when they finally did wake me up, I noticed that I was in a whole different outfit and I wasn't wearing any panties.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, when I realized I was in an entirely different outfit and I wasn't even wearing any panties.
Where were you when you're not wearing panties? You were
in the bed.
So what's good, everybody? It's Diallo from Everything NYC. As you can see, we're here with a different segment. We always want to bring different content to you in different ways, different atmospheres. So today we're going to have car ride conversations and confessions. So let's get into it. Now today we have a special guest, so please introduce yourself to the people.
It's Trippie. Hi, I'm 24. I'm born and raised in Brooklyn, but now I live in Astoria, Queens. And I'm Puerto Rican and Dominican.
Oh, really? So it's the start of the new year, 2024. Since we just started January, so let everybody know, what do you want to accomplish this year? What are some of your goals for this year?
Some of my personal goals for this year, I want to be more direct and less rude this year.
To people?
Yeah, in general. I think when I'm like really direct, I come off as like extremely rude.
Well, why are you rude to people? What makes you want to do that?
It's not rude. I don't think I'm rude. Other people think I'm rude. So when I say it comes off as rude, I'm not saying from my point of view. I'm saying from the person I'm talking to's point of view.
Like just in general, relationships, or just everybody?
In general, like with everyone. So people would ask me something or like bring up a topic to me, and then I'll just be so direct that it comes off as like rude or like me just being a straight up bitch when I'm not trying to be.
Yeah, that might be something you want to work on, especially if you want to accomplish anything. You're gonna have to learn how to be respectful. I agree with that though. Family, siblings, it just came, just naturally. It just
no. This is me being mature. Back when I was younger, I was a crybaby.
Oh.
Okay. If I didn't get my way, I was throwing a tantrum. That was me growing up. I was a crybaby. I cried over every little thing. Everything.
It didn't matter what.
It didn't matter. If I wanted to go to McDonald's and my mom didn't want to take me to McDonald's, I was having a ball. I was crying, throwing a tantrum. If I wanted to go shopping and my dad told me no, I would have a tantrum. If I wanted to watch TV and my little brother wanted to take over the remote, my mom told me to let him have his turn with the remote, I would get upset and I'd start crying. If I felt like nobody was listening to me when I'm trying to explain something and people keep talking over me, I would start crying. I was so dramatic. Any little thing, I would just start crying.
So parent-wise, you grew up with both of your parents, mother, father?
Kind of.
Mother,
because they're not together. But I would have like weekends on and off with my dad. Growing up, and I like being daddy's girl. I like getting everything I want and not being told no. Until I got told no, and I started crying.
So who was your role model growing up then?
My mom always took care of me, but I wouldn't necessarily say that she was my like role model. She could have been one of my role models, maybe like something that I want to be like, or how I carry myself, the likeliness, but not exactly to the T. I wanted to more so see myself as someone. I don't know how to explain this. I don't really think I had just one specific role model. I think I just wanted to be better than the person that I always like was before. Like
just keep evolving.
Yeah, just always keep being better than the person before me, the person who I was yesterday or the day before yesterday or whatever. And now being a mom for like the last 3 years, my son just turned 3 in December.
Okay.
And now for the last 3 years, I kind of just want to be someone that my son can be proud of, like can be like, that's my mom. I just be like.
So when you said 3 years ago, when you found out you were pregnant, how did you react and your family react and everybody and the child's father? How did everybody react to the situation? We opening up. Like we opening up. Like.
We found out when I was 5.5 months pregnant.
Oh damn! That's kind of close to the birthday.
That's kind of close.
You didn't see.
No, I was actually really, really skinny back then. So I got diagnosed with liver failure in 2018.
Oh really?
I used to be a big girl, and then I lost all my weight. I lost like 100 pounds. I was like skinnier than that. I had to work my way back up to eating, like my eating habits, my diet, and everything. Um, when I started to rebuild my health and my body again, like maybe 3 years later, I was like 21, and then I found out I was pregnant at 5.5 months. At that age, 18 to 21, I was out of high school. I was experimenting, doing drugs, hanging out, partying, having fun.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Wow, and you're about to bring a child to the world?
Right, but I didn't know that I was pregnant. I didn't know I was so skinny, so...
Oh, you couldn't then?
Right, exactly.
You must have been real skinny then.
With the liver failure and me losing weight, I was really, really, really skinny. So me being pregnant, I didn't even start showing until 5.5 months. I started, I got a little bump on my stomach, like I was bloated. And that normally happens when you're getting your period or you already have your period. So I'm like, okay, maybe my period's coming. That's good. I haven't seen it in a minute. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
And I go on a trip to Florida and I come back and the belly's getting hard now.
Oh, so you know.
So I'm like, wait a minute, this isn't just bloating. Like, this isn't going away. Why is it so hard now?
Yeah.
So I go to the hospital. They're like, yeah, you're 5.5 months pregnant. I was just like, this little thing.
Wow.
This little tiny thing is 5.5 months. They were like, yeah, you actually need to start eating a lot healthier. We don't know what to tell you. It seems like you've been starving yourself. And I'm like, no, I've probably just been eating only in person because I didn't know I was pregnant. Like,
you need to, yeah. You gotta eat for 2, yeah. That's is that common though? Like a lot of women get pregnant and don't know that they're pregnant?
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah.
5 months?
You could be too skinny and not know you're pregnant. You could be too fat and not know you're pregnant. You could be... Well, I don't want to say too skinny and too fat per se. Excuse me with those... slinging around those specific titles. You don't... You could be too thin and not know you're pregnant. And you could be a bit overweight or more so overweight and still not know that you're pregnant.
Okay, that's very interesting. So how has being a parent changed your life, your perspective on life? Like, how has that changed the way you look at everything? Because you said before you were doing drugs, partying, boom, boom. But I'm pretty sure now you gotta like.
Back then, I didn't have anything to lose.
Yeah, and now you have.
So I could like get caught up with drugs and blame somebody else and just be like, I don't know who had it. It was somebody else. Blah blah blah. I could go partying and do whatever the fuck I want to do. I could go fight somebody on the street and not give a fuck. I could go do whatever I wanted, literally.
So.
And that's how I was, to be honest. So I was doing Xanax. I was doing coke. I was doing Xanax.
Sniffing?
Yeah.
At parties or just like on a regular?
At parties.
You weren't like...
The Xanax was more on a regular. The coke was like a party thing.
You weren't scared that somebody's gonna like lace it or like put a little extra stuff in it?
No.
You know how they do nowadays?
Nowadays, everybody's concerned about it because it happens so often. 2018, nobody was really worried about that.
Oh, it was a different time.
Right, 2018, 2019, nobody really cared about that.
So what got you into doing drugs though? Like what got you into it? Like influence, family, friends influencing you, or you just bored, experimenting?
Actually, my son's father.
Oh really? He just came to you say you're childish?
No, we would be hanging out and sometimes we'd come across his friends that were drug dealers. And they're young people like us, so he sees them as more like friends than drug dealers. You know, like when you're like in your young ages, like you're a teenager to your early to mid 20s, you see an older plug, you don't think of them as your friend, you think of them as a plug.
Yeah, you're equal.
Like I'm gonna go up to you, buy something, and dip off, and that's it. Now, being that we're all the same age, like in the same age group, he was seeing those as more of his friends than just his dealers.
Yeah, because you're always around them and stuff like that.
Right, want to hang out with them, want to smoke with them, want to party with them. Sometimes we'd be hanging out and we just like come across his friends, like they'll be outside and they'll bump into us. Oh, hey, pa, we're planning on doing this. Let's go hang out. Let's go do this, that, and the third. And then...
And you did, so...
Yeah, like we dip off with them. We'll go to one of their houses or like we'll go book a telly room because they probably have family over in their house or whatever. And we'll go like have a miniature party and just start inviting people over. And our friends would buy drugs from them too. And like we'd all just kind of hang out and do drugs together and play music and watch movies. Like party shit.
So you never had no near-death experiences? Like
that's exactly why I stopped, actually.
What happened with the near-death experience?
So... It wasn't that I got pregnant and stopped. It was that I had an almost overdose and stopped. And then 2 weeks later, I found out I was pregnant.
So you had an overdose while you were pregnant?
Didn't know that, yeah. Because I didn't know I was pregnant. Didn't know any of that. So he introduced me to these guys, to these drugs, to these things. One day we were in a hotel, like I said, a telly day where we just do like a mini party, had people come over. It's on some frat shit.
Yeah.
people come over, there's bottles, there's beers, there's drugs, and they said that when they got there, I was in and out of consciousness, and then I was just down for like 6 hours.
6 hours.
And then I wouldn't wake up. They kept trying to wake me up. Sometimes it would look like my eyes were rolling to the back of my head, and then I'll just like fall back out, and they're like, this bitch isn't even fully waking up, like what's wrong with her? So they were saying how they had to call the ambulance, and the ambulance came. Paramedics hit me with Narcan.
Of course.
When I woke up, they're like having these flashlights in my eyes like this, bright as shit. I'm like, what is going on? I get up and I look around. There's like 100 people around me with red cups, looking scared and not knowing what to do. And I'm just like, oh wow, there's like an entire group of people surrounding me right now with a bunch of red cups, looking scared as shit. Like, oh my god, is she okay? Look how she's shaking up. She's waking up. Like, and I'm just there, like, literally waking up, shitting myself because I'm like, what's happening?
So it felt like you took a hard nap, basically.
No, not just that. Like, it felt like I was in a deep sleep and I didn't know if I was going to wake up. Like, I didn't know how to wake up.
Okay.
And then when they finally did wake me up, I noticed that I was in a whole different outfit and I wasn't wearing any panties.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, when I realized I was in an entirely different outfit and I wasn't even wearing any panties.
Where were you when you're not wearing panties? You were
in the bed.
And why weren't you wearing any panties?
This is a question that I had for everyone, and all of a sudden everybody's like, oh, we were all too out of it to remember. None of us know what happened.
Oh, really?
And a year later, that's when his 2 drug dealer friends admitted to him, like, oh, yeah, we her. He's like,
why are you
he's like,
unconscious?
She was unconscious. What do you mean we her? Like,
so are you sure it's his baby?
What do you mean are we sure it's his baby?
Because if everybody was just...
It was 2 weeks later that I found out that I was already pregnant for 5.5 months.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
right.
That makes sense.
I was like, wait a minute.
So after they admitted that, how did he react?
Like a bitch.
Really?
He's like, oh, well, when they told me that, they said, oh, well, since y'all not together anymore, I might as well tell you the truth.
Oh, no.
So he said, well, they were right. We weren't together, so what can I do at that point?
Oh, yeah, no, yeah, okay. That's not...
You a bitch.
Yeah, that's not protecting boundaries.
First and foremost, I wouldn't leave you alone in a room with any of my friends while y'all all doing drugs and dip off and go do whatever the fuck I want to do. Second of all, if I ever found out one of these bitches ever did something to you, you know how many faces I'm ripping off? Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. That's automatic, though. See, fellas, that's why the main 2 things is protecting and providing. If you broke, if you soft, you shouldn't even be in a relationship, to be honest. Like, it doesn't even make sense.
You can't protect or provide. You really just don't need to be trying to have any other secondary person in your life, relationship-wise, or even a kid. Honestly, you should just be focusing on yourself until you can protect and provide, and then you can worry about, having to be responsible for another person in your life.
Exactly. There you go. You're supposed to learn how to lead the way, control the situation. That should never be happening when you're with your girl. Like people touching her, doing whatever, carrying her from room to room. That should never happen.
Period.
So how did he react when you found out you were pregnant? Like you said, I'm 5 months pregnant. Like how was Rose's reaction?
First he was happy about it. Then he went and he told his mom, and his mom, she's bipolar with me. One day she likes me and she can be cordial with me. The next day she hates my guts and doesn't want anything to do with me.
She's one of those.
Yes, very, very, very weird bipolar. Don't even know what her problem is with me. Half the time she's way too grown. But she convinced him that the baby might not even be his.
Yeah, because she's against you.
Of course. so then he says, oh, you know what? You're actually right about that because my something happened. This is before we figured out. Like, remember they told us a year later, oh, yeah, we heard. So this is when I was still pregnant and way before they admitted it. So he was like, oh, yeah, there could have possibly been something that happened because she did tell me she woke up in the hotel room a few months ago and she didn't have any panties on. So it could possibly be. And then I told him, I was like, you sound so fucking dumb because when that happened, I almost overdosed and I almost died. I went to Florida to take a vacation and be with family and get my mind off of all that drug shit because I just almost had an overdose and almost died. Got out of New York, got away from everybody to try to just be with family and stay to myself and figure myself out there for a little bit. I was literally only out there for like 2 weeks. I come back and that's when I found out that I was pregnant. So between the time of me being in the hotel room to me getting to the hospital was only 2 weeks of a gap. When I got there, they told me I'm 5.5 months.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like when he said that and I told him that, he felt really stupid. And he was like, well, I still want a DNA test. I still want to know. I'm like, all right, you know what? I'm only 5.5 months pregnant. I'm not about to sit here and let you and your mom torment me the rest of my pregnancy, and then you find out that the baby is yours and you just feel salty and stupid. So I'm not going to let you do this to me, because then I'm not even going to want you in my face or around the baby. Like, just get the fuck from me. You wanted to not jack him the whole time. Get the fuck up. Get out of here. Goodbye. The biggest middle finger. So what I went to go do is I got a 3D sonogram. The 3D sonogram, let me tell you something. They saw that and they saw his face. He said, damn, James. He was like, damn. He took one look at it. He said, oh, that's my nose.
Wow.
Because, yeah.
Real life Maury showed me.
I have a long, pointy nose. And his father has, like, a small, flat nose. So, like, he saw the 3D sonogram, the baby's nose. And he was like, damn, that's my nose.
Damn,
his family.
Got him.
His family couldn't even say nothing. His family was just like, damn, James. Damn, James. Damn, James. Yeah, damn. That's all y'all can say is damn, James.
So for the 3 years, has he been active? Has he been present? Or
for the last 3 years of his life?
For the
He was around for like a year and a half of it in total, if I could cram all that time into one totality of how much time he's actually spent with him. Because he kind of just isn't really there. He doesn't really want to spend enough time with the baby to get to know him. And if he does, for some reason, he can't keep his focus on the baby.
What's his focus?
Okay. I don't want this to turn into a whole TED Talk and a tea time
we got time.
About how my baby father ain't shit, but like, besides him letting all that happen to me with his friends and him not doing anything about it and him just being a sorry ass piece of shit, and also him trying to claim that the baby wasn't his, got a DNA test. She didn't have anything else to say about that. Like, literally just, oh, damn, okay, I'm sorry, I don't care. And then his friends admitting to him that they did stuff to me, and he told me about it. And the way he told me about it, he's like, I need you to sit down because I want you to, like, actually hear what I'm about to tell you. And as he's telling me, like, I break down and I start crying, and he's just there hugging me. He's like, I'm so sorry. I wish I would have known what to do. Beat their ass! What do you mean I don't know what to do? Are you dumb? Are you dumb? Beat their ass.
That's actually a crime. Like, that could have led to something else if you wanted to, like, report it and stuff like that. Like, and he just let it. Yeah,
Thank you. That's ridiculous. I don't know nothing about his friends, their information, their full government names, their birthdays. I don't know none of that. You know what I mean? Like,
do you think you see the way all this is stirred up, and you're so young. You were probably like 21 at the time, 20 years old, somewhere around here.
Yeah.
Do you think this is, like, do you feel this is normal for all this to be happening?
No.
Like all this, you feel like do you think is
No.
trauma, like childhood trauma?
There's a lot of trauma wrapped up in what I went through. I don't think it's childhood trauma because it happened when I was 21, but I have other traumas.
Trauma that led to it.
I have other traumas from when I was younger.
Well,
so it doesn't make it any better. It just piles on.
Okay, so what, as a child, what was your best memory as a child and your worst memory as a child? Best and worst. So I can, like, balance it out and see how drastic.
Me making the friends that I did in elementary school.
Okay, why do you say that? Elementary is way back.
Yeah, because one of them became my best friends when we got into middle school, and her name was Mary. She ended up passing away from cancer. And,
oh, damn. Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, in middle school, right before we could even
evolve together, grow together, and stuff like that.
Yeah, like, no, in middle school we talked about a lot of stuff. She passed away when we all got into high school. We went to separate high schools, but in middle school, like, before we could even get to high school, we talked about so many things, and we never got to accomplish them together. It was kind of like a best friend trio, between me, her, and this other girl, Nurumi, and it was very interesting because we were a diverse ass group. Like, I'm Puerto Rican and Dominican. Mary was Vietnamese, and Narumi is Japanese and black.
It's like United Nations out here. I feel you. That's a little bit of area mixing around.
So yeah, we were all like different things. We all like had the same type of morals and understandings, and so I can kind of see that means we were all brought up with this, like, from the same cloth almost. Like,
that's what it sounds like.
Right, like our parents almost raised us the same way without even knowing each other. We all kind of have the same materials already.
And that's elementary.
Mm-hmm.
So you said as a child that's the best. In your opinion, that's the best.
Was making those friends, yeah, because those are the very few people that I can remember from when I was just getting out my diapers.
Mm.
And I had the happiest memories with them. And although Mary passed away, I still keep in touch with Narumi. And like we just recently hung out at the ending of 2023. It's now 2024.
No,
We're in
good.
early January, so you know, just less than a month ago, we were hanging out.
Childhood friends are very important because me and my childhood friend from 2nd grade, we started this podcast together. So we grown.
Oh, you see, that's so cute.
So exactly, childhood.
You're like doing big things together.
I can't agree. Childhood. Some of the people that stay loyal to you, stay down. That's good people. Like genuinely, you could tell they're good people. It's good to always keep people like that around. Because as you can see now in society, it's not too many good people that you need to keep around. And stuff
literally.
Like that. So what do you think is your worst memory from childhood?
Probably my grandfather passed away.
Grandfather, at what age were you?
I mean, besides like
sexual
assault stories that I don't really want to get into right now from childhood. My grandfather. Yeah, my grandfather passing away was also a very, very traumatic experience for me because we were very close. He used to pick me up from elementary school, take me to get ice cream and stuff like that. And I remember those things. Even as like a grown adult now, 24 years old, I remember my grandfather picking me up, holding me in his arms, taking me to the ice cream truck, like, which one do you want? Pointed out, and I would just pick at the pictures. Yeah, and like, he'll get me whichever one I wanted. And sometimes, like, I'll get the Powerpuff Girl ones that had the gumballs, and he would tell me, like, you're too little for this. When you're older, you can have it. And he'll always take out the little eyeballs so I didn't choke, and he'll give me the ice cream. Because I was in elementary school, so he's like, he didn't know if I could fucking chew gum or not. He's just an old-ass man. But I love him for that because as an adult, I'm like, wow, he had so much respect and cared so much about me.
So, like, let's bring it back to more peaceful. What as a child, what was the most important thing you learned as a child? Because it seems like around elementary, that's when everything was happening for you. Like, you were developing a little bit fast at that young age. So, as a child, what was the...
No, I was always developing really, really fast for my age, and it scared me. I was like really, 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 really young.
That's
like,
a lot of reallys.
I kid you not, it was probably like pre-K. And I'm sitting there looking around at everybody, like way too self-aware. Way too self-aware. And I look at the teacher and I'm like, why are we here? And she's like, what do you mean, why are we here? Like in school? And I'm like, no, why are we here on this earth? I'm in pre-K and I'm like, why are we here?
You know, you was a conspiracy theorist.
I'm like, what is our purpose? I kid you not. The teacher was looking at me like, what is this girl talking about? She was like ready to kick me out the class.
But what I mean,
yo, I was freaking the teacher out just asking, and I'm scared too because I'm like, why is she so scared? And she's panicking, and I'm just like asking. Thank you.
Nobody talks like that.
She's freaking me out because she's panicking. She's just like, what is this girl? What the fuck is she talking about? She looks like I kid you not, like I was about to be like, we got her, and then fucking ISIS was gonna come out, and like I don't know what was gonna happen. I swear to God. She was so scared and shaky. She was panicking. She's like, and I'm like, what's happening? Like, why can't you answer my questions?
ISIS was not coming.
I was like, why can't you answer my questions? What's happening? Why won't you answer me? And she's like freaking the fuck out.
You were basically one of those inquisitive children and stuff like that at a very young age. But no, so what was the best thing? I mean, that's a very young age. So what was the best thing you learned as a child? Because that's pre-K is
really young to be asking questions like that.
And
then I'm like, why do we need money? And then I'm like, so if people like run out of money, they could just make more money. Like I don't know. I was saying a whole bunch of stupid things because as a kid I don't really understand how the world works. But I'm just saying things that.
Were you learning all this stuff? Like where did you learn all this?
No, I'm just. Like, I don't know. Like,
where's this coming from?
My family.
The strong personality as a child.
My family has a lot of problems, and I always try to come up with like the fastest problems, the fastest solutions. So like, that's another thing. I'm the only one out of all my family members, my siblings, to have a high school diploma. So whenever they needed like an essay.
Shit. Okay.
Whenever they needed an essay done, whenever they needed like a book report or something they needed. Yeah, that's
you were quick,
me.
so you're always quick then.
I was always writing their shit for them, yeah.
But you know, the crazy thing is the people that usually have the most problems, especially when they're younger, that they develop the fastest.
Right?
Because they have to think the hardest. That's what I realized.
Literally.
Like a lot of the people, the most interesting people that you meet, like on the street, are people that's like messed up in the head. It's sorry to say, but it's messed up in the head.
My mom be asking me to help her spell shit from across the house.
Yeah, okay, that's a different situation. But yeah, the people with the most problems are typically the most interesting people in society, to be honest. Like look at rappers and stuff like that, a lot of celebrities. I mean, I agree with that though. But so what was the? So you're just saying as a child you were very inquisitive.
Always asking too many
you was
questions.
Like quick thinker and stuff like that.
I think that's why like the friends that gravitated towards me growing up are the ones that gravitated towards me because they're just like, this bitch got some shit to say. Like she's always asking something. Let me be close to her. Let me be friends with her. What does she know? What can she teach me? What is she talking about? She sounds like
they're trying to learn from you.
Yeah, they're like, what is happening over here? She's saying things that the other kids aren't talking about. Like this over here talking about what the color purple tastes like, and she's over here talking about what are taxes and why do we have to make sure that we do them or the police come to get us.
You weren't worried? You weren't like worried about you got like whoopings when you
Oh yeah. Me and my mom didn't have a good relationship growing up. She was kind of like, that's like why I was like, I wouldn't really say she's a role model, but like, yeah, kind of.
But you still spoke your mind though, so you had to be brave. So you seem like you're pretty brave. So what's your biggest fear in life? Your biggest fear in life?
My biggest fear is to gain it all and then lose it all.
Gain it all like what? We talking financial or like what?
Gain it all, like gain everything that I could ever want and need in life and just be completely set and secure and fine and not like I could be at a point in my life where I reach the level and I don't want anything else at all. I'm like, I am good. I got this, I got that. I'm chilling. Like once I get to that point in my life to just lose it all. Because that happens to everyone.
But if you lose it all, you can get it back though.
Yeah, you can get it back, but if I spend a lifetime getting it, and it takes a second to lose it, I'm going to have to spend a lifetime to get it back.
That's how life goes, though. Because
that's not how I want my life to go.
Are we living right now, and it could just end? You don't know when that time comes. But if you figured out how to get it, if you lose it, you should know how to. You could get it back, though. Because you already figured out how to get it the first time.
But everybody gets it and then loses it. Like I said, it takes a lifetime to get it, and then a second to lose it. Look at these celebrities, how fast it takes for them to get themselves canceled from fucking life and social media.
That's a good, like, they work there to get there, and then boom, it just...
But then there's certain people that just be doing shit out the fucking woodworks and still haven't lost it all.
That is true.
Be like, God, why are you not getting these people?
A lot of those people are connected, and they different societies.
Nah, come on now.
You know what I'm saying? let me bring it, like, to, like, a better place right now. So when was the first time you ever said, I love you to somebody? I love you, those words.
In what sense?
When was the first time? Let's say relationship-wise. Let's say that.
The guy I lost my virginity to.
Wait, that's the baby father or no?
Oh, no. God, no. The guy I lost my virginity to. His name also started with a J, though.
What age did you lose that?
Well, after childhood sexual assault shit, I didn't really feel like losing a virginity was really special after that. I just felt like I just felt like when it's my time to agree to this, then it's my time to agree to this, and that was when I was 14, turning 15.
At 14?
At 14, turning 15, I was like, okay, I agree to this. This is something I want to do. So that I would consider
I get
would be like my first time losing my virginity.
That's the first time. And then when did you first say I love you?
Was to that guy.
At 14? You said it. No, you said it during.
Well, I was with him for 3 years, so I would say that maybe after 2 years of us dating.
You said it during the process, or you just said it like randomly walking down the street or something?
I think we said it like right before getting into it because I was nervous.
And he said it back?
I mean, of course.
Did y'all even know what love was at that age?
No.
No, I feel you.
I mean, I don't think he did. I think I just knew that I liked spending time with him, and I knew that I liked him more than I like my friends. So if I like spending time with you, and I like you a lot more than I like spending time with my friends, because my friends, they kindle joy. They bring me happiness, and I feel like they're kind of like my safe space. I can be myself around my friends. So if I feel closer to you than I do around my friends, then yeah, I guess I would consider that a form of love, because you don't really need to love someone like a soulmate for you to have any type of genuine love for them.
Yeah, it's not that.
It's not that deep. You could love somebody without feeling like they're your soulmate.
Yeah,
so you know what I'm saying? Like
that movie shit.
Exactly, right. I knew that I loved him based off of that, based off of me knowing that I liked to be around him and spend more time with him than I would generally like to spend with my friends, and that he gave me more of a different vibe. I'm like, okay, this is more different, I guess I would say. And like my family met his family over the years. We were together for 3 years, so like, yeah, it became a lot more like tied into each other.
And where's this I love you man now? Where is he now?
Somewhere.
Where's this mystery man now?
Somewhere with a baby mom and right.
Ain't that how it goes?
And a beard down to his nipples somewhere.
Ain't that how it goes, man?
The last time I've seen or spoken to him actually was like right after graduating high school, and he had a long ass fucking huge bird's nest of a beard, and I was just like, oh. It
seemed like you jumped off the porch quick. So it's like, I mean, 14. Yeah, most people. Yeah, most people. I mean, to be honest, that's like kind of the average age, especially now in this generation.
Oh yeah.
It's like the average age everybody's like getting into it. To be honest, like, does everyone around you, like in your life, rely on you to take care of everything? I figured it. I figured
nowadays, yeah.
That's
why I could just be so straight up and blunt and honest about everything that I do, and just keep my shit raw 24/7, and not have to pretend to be somebody else or like feel like I gotta put on a show or a different personality. I'm just always like this because I'm so used to just having to tough it out all the time and deal with it all the time and suck it up and take care of the ones that you gotta take care of, and don't let shit get to you. Have thicker skin. Just let that shit roll off your shoulders. Just do what you gotta do. Taking care of the bills and the responsibilities is what's more important at this time. Like, you can't risk going crazy, going ballistic on somebody, and then you pop off on somebody and now you're in jail. And
and the people that need you, now they suffering.
Yeah.
Now they suffering because you gone. Because the key is gone.
The glue that's holding everything together.
Exactly.
So now everything's falling apart when I leave.
How does that make you feel? Do you feel a lot of pressure doing that? Like being a woman, especially a woman, and you have to take care of so many people. Like, do you feel pressure? Like, you want to just chill sometimes? Like, oh my God, I don't want to do it today. But
actually,
how does that make you feel?
Yeah, there's times where I feel extremely overwhelmed, and I don't really want to be bothered with a lot of things, and I kind of just want to take a step back. But then I'm like, if I don't do it, who else is gonna fucking do it? Who else is gonna?
It's all on you.
Yeah, shit is just. It's gonna land on me at the end of the day, and there's not really any way that I can actually avoid it.
And then if you
or prolong it. I'm a procrastinator. I'm a procrastinator to the fullest, but I make sure that even as I'm procrastinating and bullshitting, like, I still manage to get shit done or make shit happen no matter what, because it has to get done. I would rather my family rely on me and come to me and ask me for shit than go to anybody else with a handout. And that way when my family members and whoever the else they're relying on falls out, they're going to be quick to throw that shit in their face. Oh, I was there for you and I gave you this, or hang that shit over their head like, you owe me this and blah, blah, blah. Like, no. My family got me, and I don't ever ask them to pay me back or give me nothing back, because I know that if you need me in the first place, that means you don't got it. If you need my help in the first place, that means you don't got it. And people live check to check. I don't live check to check, so I'm not worried about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know that if I had to help you out, then that means next week you're only gonna have enough for you. You're not gonna be able to have enough to put money back for whatever the case is.
No, I feel you on that. And then if something happens, like you fail something like that, there's nobody even to be there to help you.
Exactly.
Welcome to the life of a man.
But I could always say no. I could always say no. I could always choose to say no if I don't want to help somebody. That's what I never understood about family members, when they're like, oh yeah, I can help you with this bill, and then they help you, and then they're like, oh, this person owes me amount of money. You didn't say. Oh, I prefer for them to rely on me and ask me for stuff instead of them relying on other people. And like I said, like, other family members that I know in my family would sit there and like help each other out, and then they won't tell them like, oh, when do you think you can get it back to me, or like, oh, I'll help you out, but I need this for the end of the month for my bills. Like, they don't say that to each other. It's just like, yeah, I'll help you out, and then they'll go gossip and talk shit to the rest of the family, like, this person owes me $400, this person owes me $200.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, like,
family shouldn't be gossiping about family, but that's how family is. So in my opinion, I think like a lot of families are like done. Like, family situations, like when we were younger, we used to have family reunions, all that. Like, how often you see family reunions nowadays?
How often do you see block parties anymore?
That's a fact. When I was younger, I used to have block parties nonstop,
all the time.
Like
every year.
You just come outside your house, boom, block party. But now it's like, it's dead, because like community is no more community. Like, everything is done. I mean,
people be beefing with each other and living on the same block.
Yeah, like, what's the point? What and what? All right, since I'm glad you said that about the gossiping. So, in what situation do you feel like it's okay to lie? Like, when do you think it's okay to lie? In what type of situation? When is it okay to lie?
It depends on what kind of person you are that you want to be.
No, I'm saying, like, there's different situations in life where you.
I've seen so many different positions in life that okay. From a regular 9-to-5 worker's point of view, a regular mom's point of view, a regular neighbor, daughter, whatever's point of view, yeah, there's not really no reason to lie. We all grown. Say what it is and say it with your chest.
That's how I look at it.
Right, but from a stripper's point of view, from a hustler's point of view, from a hoochie's point of view, I'm selling a dream.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
I'm smooth talking my way into your pockets. So I'm gonna tell you whatever I want to tell you. If you tell me that you tired of, I would tell you I'm 21 and I'm 24. You tell me that you like younger or you like older bitches, you like more mature. I'm gonna be like, I'm almost 30. I'm 29, and really I'm 24.
Exactly. Whatever they want to hear. I mean, you hustling at that point. So you're saying basically, if you hustling, if you gotta make money,
if you
it's okay
hustling, if it's to make your money and do what you gotta do. Another example, because I've had clients, girlfriends, wives, whatever, reach out to me. That is not my business for me to tell you. Go through his phone, investigate, do whatever you want to do. Because if I am with a client in the club, right? I'm with a customer in the club, and he grabs my Instagram. That is not an invitation. Just because he followed me on Instagram and you come to my page and you see I'm a stripper, for you to come and go through his following list and hit me up and be like, oh, who are you?
It's not even your fault.
Because I'm going to tell you I'm Trippie.
It's not even your fault, though. You working.
Literally. But that doesn't mean I'm going to go spilling all the beans and, oh, yeah, he was in the club. He was with some girls. He was getting lap dances. Because why is that my business for me to go and run and tell? I'm not sure you're what is it called? Your couples therapist.
Yeah.
I'm not Dr. Phil. I'm not here to fucking tell nobody right from wrong. I'm here to collect my bag and go home.
That's something they got to work out within a relationship.
Thank you. You better do your own investigations. If you see he's following strippers, ask his friends if they went to the strip club this week. Do your little investigations. This is your man. You have every right to investigate. This is what... Women, do not let y'all men gaslight y'all into thinking that y'all don't got no business asking questions and figuring shit out. That's your man. That's who you lay down with. You got every single right to ask him where he was at, who he was with, go through his phone, ask him all the questions that you want in the fucking world, go harass his friends and ask them what he was doing with what were you doing with my man on Friday? What were you doing, my man, on Friday at 2 o'clock in the morning? And I see that y'all was texting each other. Oh, we outside, hurry up. I got the car warming up. Blah, blah, blah. You was drunk? You was in a club with these bitches? Like, bitch, you better go leash him. That's your man. I'm not going to help you leash him, though, because that's not my man.
I mean, you said it loud and clear, but have you ever done that, though? Have you ever looked through phones, been insecure, pressed another woman? Oh, you talking to my man? Have you ever done that? It's
not insecure to investigate and whatever on your man. What makes you insecure is how you deal with it if you find out. If you find out and you choose to still stay with him, and then now you're going to be worried about every single bitch that he's with, that makes you insecure. Because now it makes it seem like you know what it was, and you know he's not going to change, and you're staying with him, and you're expecting some type of change, and then you're lowering your self-esteem by allowing yourself to go through that, and by allowing that to happen to you.
But what if nothing's happening? What if you have a suspicion something's happening, but nothing's happening?
If he doesn't care enough to reassure you and secure your mind, then that's not the type of man that you need to be with. If he's perfectly okay with you sitting there being insecure and feeling those insecure feelings, like, oh my God, I feel like something's happening, but he doesn't want to tell me, and now I'm worried, and and he's with this girl right now. And he's not answering his phone. He's with that girl. He's fucking that girl. If your gut feeling is telling you that's what it is, take it for what it is. Because if that's your man, once again, and he's laying down with you, he should have no problem answering that phone and being like, yeah, babe, we're just here getting some food. And then I'm going to leave. There's nothing wrong. We're just smoking. If it is what it is, you should be able to answer that phone and tell me what it is right in front of that bitch. Because don't make me go meet up with you and snatch you and that bitch up. Neither one of you will be safe.
Yeah, so
I'm not
let's just stay
insecure.
secure.
It don't make you insecure, but if you check in your man, you have every right to check your man because that's your man. Your man could choose to not deal with that. He could choose to not be your man. If you don't want to get checked by your girl, but you want to keep being a thought, you could just choose to be single. You choosing to be in that situation where you know you're gonna keep being sneaky and you know you got a girl that love you and care about you. Don't keep playing with her mind until you break her self-esteem apart and you start making her feel insecure and thinking and moving insecure, because then there's nobody else to blame but you.
What could a man do to make you secure though? Like, what, he just buy you something?
No, like what I just said. Like what I just said. Answering the phone, confirming that there's nothing going on. If I'm feeling suspicious about something and you ain't worried about me feeling suspicious, you doing what you want to do and you're not caring about how I feel about it. Put it like this: if I'm with somebody and my man is curious about it, and I'm out, a perfect example that I could use, not even me being out, bitch, me being in the staircase of my building smoking with my neighbor. If the neighbor boy pop out while I'm smoking and he want to match with me, I gotta.
Yeah, that's gonna look suspicious to.
Thank you. Whip on my boyfriend, text my boyfriend. Oh hey, I'm smoking with the neighbor. Blah blah blah. And he don't even gotta ask me. I'll just instantly tell him. Instantly tell him without him even having to ask, without him having to know. I'll just instantly tell him. That's a reassurance. Because if he was to call me and he just hear to do voice in the background when I was just texting him 5 minutes ago, he's like, why wouldn't you tell me about that? Now he's going to start questioning things and getting his little insecurities going, and he's going to start feeling these insecure feelings. Not that he's being insecure, but he's going to start feeling these insecure feelings where it's bringing too many questions in your head. Why wouldn't she tell me about that? What are they really doing? How long have they been smoking together? It's all these things. What are they talking about? Why is she so distracted that she can't talk to me and tell me these things? It's going to be 1,000,001 negatives and no positives in your brain. That's the insecurities. When you feel it 1,000,001 negatives and no positives in your brain, that's the insecurities. It's creeping up on you and it's making you start to feel insecure. You're not being insecure by thinking that way or feeling that way in that moment. It's normal and it's a natural reaction to feeling that moment because of the scenarios of what's going on. It's not like you're crazy and you're delulu and you're making these reasons and feelings up in your head out of nowhere. It's the scenarios and everything that's happening, and that's based off your feelings. So that's not you being insecure. That's you having insecurities in that moment and stuff like that. And that's your partner's fault for not reassuring you.
Would you rather? Okay, now I hear you on that. So would you rather acquire material items or experiences? Like,
depends on who it's from. Like I said, hoochie mama shit and stripper shit. I don't want no dates, no personal free time spent with these men. I just want to get what I want to get and get the fuck up out of there. I want to get my money. I want to get my benefits. I want to get whatever they can give me. Oh, you want to give me treats? You want to give me a bunch of weed? You want to give me free this, free that? You want to give me a bunch of money? You want to take me out to eat? We could skip the eating part, but you could pay me to go out to eat. That's fine. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't got to be in your face for me to get what I want to get out of you. And that's that hoochie mama shit. That's stripper shit. But from like a regular mom, daughter, a girlfriend, whatever, from that person's point of view, I would say it's better to enjoy the actual outings and events with the person. Because now, since you're somebody important to me, I care about being in your face. I care about you being around me and wanting to spend time with me. I care about going out to do cute shit with you, taking pictures and videos, making cute little memories and stuff like that. If we're in a solidified relationship and, the monogamy is monogamy-ing,
yeah, good luck with that.
Right? Then we outside.
Good luck with that.
Good luck with that.
A lot of
I'm not the one that needs the luck, because if he ain't being monogamous, he gonna...
Social media influencers got people all over the place.
If social media is the only thing that it takes, if that's all it takes for you to be a hoe, you easy. You trifling. If social media is all it takes for you to go and be a hoe, you are trifling, and you are too easy.
And you don't want it if it's that easy, right?
You don't want it if it's that easy. If that's all it takes is for you to see a big booty on Instagram, for you to go running, where are you? Oh, can I meet you? Oh, you want to go out? I'll take you out right now. You fiending because shorty got a fat ass?
It's probably not even real, to be honest with you.
Besides the fact that it's not even real, she probably ain't even wash it today and you fiending right now. She probably ain't even wash it today. Like, y'all texted and she about to go get in the shower once y'all done making the plan. She ain't even get in the shower yet. You see what I'm saying? Like,
and
you
some people don't think like that. They just think about the moment. So it's like,
and you willing to lose your go-getter wife? You willing to lose your money hustler baby? Your 10 toes down best mommy award of the month type of bitch that you got? If you willing to lose all that That whole package deal that you got over some big booty, nobody ass bitch off of Instagram, I'm sorry.
What's your... Now I feel you on that. What's your biggest regret in life? Let me say it. Let me switch the direction a little bit. Biggest regret in life so far, even though you're 24, you're still a baby.
Being so easily influenced to do drugs.
So go back to that. So I see that's really got you. That's like part of the trauma right there.
Yeah. Because after I found out I was pregnant, and I was so scared, I thought my baby was gonna come out.
Your child's not affected at all from...
No.
Perfectly healthy, fine. Everything.
No. Whatever he has, I believe it's hereditary because I have ADHD. I know he got ADHD. He running around crazy. We ain't bring him to no psychiatrist to get him diagnosed yet because he's still too young. He's 3. But if I could, off the bat, say that I see something that he has, I definitely see he got ADHD. He got a whole lot of energy and no attention span. Like
they say all kids. They say all kids have that though.
No, but like no attention span. Like some kids, they could focus on something for a long time if they care about it. The only thing he could focus on for a long time is a TV or a screen.
That sounds normal though. That's kids.
That sounds like some ADHD kid.
I feel you would know because you're the mother, so that's the one.
I just see a lot of me in him, so at least I know he came out healthy and there's nothing like severely wrong with him. You know what I mean? Like
you say, the drug. Do you feel like the drugs affect you now, like your body in any way, your brain cells, the way you thought process anything, like now? Because I'm pretty sure you're not doing it now. Like
no, it's been years, but what I will say is that I just smoke a lot of weed. Okay. So the drugs, thankfully, I wasn't doing any of those things long enough for them to actually have a long-term effect on me. Maybe later on in life, I'll figure it out. Like because there's certain things like you'll get wrinkles at a younger age. So maybe I'm supposed to get wrinkles when I'm like in my 50s, but because I did coke and all that other shit and Xanax and Adderall,
you'll get it next year.
Maybe I'll get it in like my 30s. Even though I'm supposed to get my wrinkles in my 50s. And maybe I'm supposed to get like spider veins going down my legs when I'm in my 60s, but I might get them in my 40s. So, like certain things might take a toll on me later on, but as of right now, I don't think anything that I've done has had a long-term effect on me because I wasn't doing it long enough. But it might hit me later on in my later years of life. But I do think smoking weed, because I smoke so much, me sitting here for like an hour plus not smoking, I'm just sitting here like thinking about, damn, when's the next time I'm gonna roll my legs blunt?
You're almost addicted to it, basically.
Kind of, but not really, because I'm not fiending. I'm not like, oh my god, I gotta roll up right now. I'm just thinking about it. You can think about things and have a thought pass and not act on it, but if you're too impulsive about it to the point where you have to react on it, that's when it becomes more of an addiction. So like you have no self-control. That's an addiction. If you have more self-control and like I'm chilling right now, I could probably, honestly speaking, I'm thinking about rolling up and I want to roll up so bad, but
not in my car.
But realistically, I can't wait until I go back home to roll up and smoke again, and that's a long Uber ride back home. But you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna have to roll up and smoke right after we get out the car. Like that would be like some impulse shit. Like I have no control. That's more like an addict. Right.
Like in this generation, because you 24, you still a baby and stuff. So like. What inspires you to keep going and like better yourself in this generation? Because I don't know like what motivates y'all.
My son.
Especially now.
My son.
There you go.
Because literally he changed my whole life around. I don't know what else to say about that, to be honest. Like I said, with the whole me overdosing and shit like that.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I never heard of it.
With me overdosing and getting brought back with the Narcan. And then I went to Florida for 2 weeks.
Taking advantage of you.
Right, for those 2 weeks, I was sober in Florida. And then I came back and I found out, well, not really sober. I was still smoking weed. But like sober from all the hard drugs. You know what I mean? Like the coke, the Xanax, all that other shit. All that tough stuff. I was, sober from all that. I was just smoking weed in Florida because, I had to smoke that Florida weed. I couldn't be in Florida and not smoke Florida weed. Like, I had to. So I was out there chilling, smoking. I come back. That's when I found out I was pregnant. And I was like, holy shit. So I had to stop everything, even the weed, until I was done with my pregnancy and done with the breastfeeding and everything. And that's when I was like, okay, maybe I'll start smoking again. That was awesome.
You're a baby right now, like I said. So in 10 years, where do you see yourself in 10 years? 10 years from now, when you're 30, 24, when you're 34, let's say that. Where do you see yourself? Where do you see life? That's a long time.
I see me in one of my properties.
Okay.
And
I like
I want to be a business owner.
What business?
Multiple businesses.
Like one. Name one.
So, besides me wanting to be an event planner, which is what I'm going for now, outside of being a painter for a construction company and a graffiti artist and hoochie mama antics with stripping and shit like that, because I kind of just took a step back from stripping. I want to now host like events like puff and paints and stuff like that. I already have the event space for it. I already have the materials.
Oh, so you're moving.
Right, so everything is on the ball. And I have a new place that's actually next to the event space that I'm going to be hosting these events at. So it's going to be very local for me. Everything is going to be like hand in hand. And it'll be easier for me to showcase a lot of other things. Since I found an art gallery called the Glass Box Art Gallery. I'm going to go there once I finish setting up my portfolio, my canvases and everything, and showcase my art there as a graffiti artist. And I can also post about that as a separate event from all the events that I'm throwing in the event space. So it'll be like a new location people can pop out to. They'll be like, oh my God, this is different from the event space that she's usually doing events at. And then I'll like branch my name out like that and have my events being known for things like that. And they're like, it won't be known for one specific thing. It won't be known for just puff and paints. It won't be known for just art.
Multiple,
it
whatever,
won't be known,
whatever you want to throw. Yeah.
Exactly, but all around just theoretically based off of what I am and what like all surrounds me. So like weed and like music and
twerking and all that.
No, that's all the hoochie stripping shit.
You want to keep it going.
Everybody can stay by my content, but like I'm not gonna be in the club doing flips and spins and tricks and twerk stealing every night. That's effort and work that people are not necessarily appreciating enough. Like
that is real effort. The aerial stuff, trust me.
Yeah,
we know about the aerial.
It's real.
Everything NYC, trust me.
People do not acknowledge how much calisthenics actually go into that, and it's a lot.
A lot of strength. So the people definitely gonna ask me like, what's the situation? Single? You married? Or like what's going on with you? Because they're gonna ask. I'm like, yo, who that baddie next to you? They're gonna DM me. I already know how it goes. I already know how y'all are. Y'all asked me to bring certain women on, so now we bring certain different women on. Like, so you got to tell them your situation now. Like.
Well, they would have asked me this question a couple weeks ago. I was single. Me and my boyfriend of 2.5 years have been on and off, but I made sure that I had to tell him like we're getting too old for that shit. And mid-20s is kind of like the age where you just gotta start figuring out your forever person. Like, even if you don't make it official right then and there, you gotta like figure it out at this day and age where it's grown for you to not already have your forever person figured out, or at least like trying to pursue your forever person in this moment. Right. Get the ball rolling on that. So
you wait too long, you'll be old and alone.
Thank you. I don't want to be fucking 30 something. A lot of
old and alone people out here now that I see, especially not in my community.
30 something, 40 something, talking about we've been engaged for 10, 15 years.
Wild.
Bitch, when is the wedding?
That's wild.
When is the wedding?
That's OT.
So yeah, I didn't like none of that. I told him that, it was either like time to settle down and make this shit legit, or I was just gonna have my fucking time heading out the door. Like, this is done. I don't want to keep pursuing somebody that's not gonna take me seriously and not. If you ain't giving me your last name,
he saw the value.
Just say that.
He saw the value.
He saw the value. Is like, you're somebody that I really don't want to lose. Like, in my life, I don't see myself actually growing and progressing with anybody else in my life. So he made it official. He had to. I told him that if we did not make this step together and at some point make this real, I was just gonna dip. And that was that.
You saw the quality. You saw the quality in each other.
Of course, because I'm not going to sit here and give nobody else that ultimatum, because I don't give about nobody else. I could just be like, if you don't see my worth, that's cool. Goodbye. The next person's going to see my worth. But with him, I'm just like, I'm going to give you this ultimatum. You're going to have a choice. And if you make the wrong choice, I'm going to beat your ass and walk out the door.
So through all the trauma, you had the baby, the trauma, the drugs, as you can see.
Yeah.
It still came to a happy, we can't say ending, but a happy point in your life right now.
Well, yeah, because it wasn't with my baby father. With my baby father, with all that shit, that I could kind of just move away from all that and move on from all that, because he's no longer in my life. Because no matter what, even if he does or doesn't decide to change, he's no longer my problem. The person that I'm with now, I've decided to make him my full-time problem.
No, I get it.
So
as long as you understand each other, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Y'all can put up with each other. Y'all understand.
That's a beautiful thing, because like we communicate so much to the point where, like, if I can't tell you that something's bothering me and you try to work on it or at least put in the effort to, like, show that it bothers you, that I'm upset, why am I complaining to you? Why am I running and crying to you about anything at that point?
Yeah, fellas, got to stay attentive to your woman.
You can't
You got to pay attention,
your
be
woman's
observant.
Feelings, right?
Pay attention to detail. It counts. The little things, the big things are the big things, but the little things matter too.
The little things matter too. Let me tell you something. For Christmas, we didn't even spend Christmas together. We was arguing and broken up on Christmas. But I still held down his Christmas gifts, and he held down mine.
So
don't be stank.
As you can see, brought the new segment to you. A little car ride therapy at this point.
Car ride therapy because it went from story time
ventilation. But you gotta,
oh shit!
You gotta get things off your chest though, like because there's a lot of things we holding in, and you gotta get it out so you could manage throughout life.
I agree with that. Because you can't just hold it in. Because like you said earlier, when you were like, you feel some days you're too overwhelmed, you feel like you don't want to do this right now. And I agree with that because like when I don't really have an outlet, I don't have a safe space to come talk to, or I don't get to have a breather to chill out and relax and like even just to sit back and go smoke a blunt and go calm down in my business and then come back when I feel more recuperated. If I don't get to have any of that at all whatsoever, and nobody to talk to, nobody to complain to about my bullshit, nothing, no outlet.
That could be dangerous to keep it in.
Shit.
That could be dangerous to keep it in. That's how people
I might be
bug
snapping
out.
all day. I might snap on everybody all day. I might be like, yes, okay, yes, fine, get out of my face. Like, and people be like, all right, but why are you answering me like that? And it's like, because I'm not even in the mood to talk right now. But I'm not going to ignore you and be a rude-ass bitch. I want to respond to you, but my tone is going to come off like, because it's a sporadic energy right now. I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want to be around anybody, but I just have to respond instead of ignoring you and being rude.
Because you got so much build. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Random. I keep it random.
Oh, you keep it random?
Yeah, because you don't want to keep it bland and like straight. Nah, you gotta have your thoughts all over the place and stuff like that. Because the truth comes out when I just catch you off guard like that. Like, if you know what's coming, then you're gonna plan it and it's not gonna be organic.
You're gonna be like, I know where he's going.
That's why I do it like that. Because some questions I was asking, you would pause and really think, and then you would answer. That's how I like it.
Yeah, because I'm like, how do I say this correctly without coming off like whatever?
Give the people your handle, social media, Instagram, whatever you want.
My Instagram is highest on the block. Everything is spelled accordingly. There's no underscores. There's no slang. You don't gotta use any extra double letters at the end of that.
So that's it.
Highest on the block.
Highest on the block. That's the Instagram handle. We're gonna put it on the bottom and stuff like that. So as you can see.
Please do not slide into my DMs thinking you're going to be my husband.
Yeah, it's good.
My man is going to be upset.
Yeah.
We don't want anybody thinking that I'm here to lead anybody on. I'm letting y'all know from the jump. I ain't finna be nobody else's wife. Just put it out there.
No polygamous relationships over here, as you can see.
No polygamy.
No polygamy over here. But Car Ride Conversations, first ever, part 1. We're gonna bring you a lot more. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Everything NYC podcast. Thank you for watching.